Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and the Let's Farm Iowa series here on UMRV. So it is the last week of October here, and we're pretty much just about where we left off. We are in the field here working on the next section, and we got ourselves a new demo header. We were having issues with these straw swaths, or these, corn stalk swaths. And thank you to those of you that commented to try and fix the issue. There is a particular individual that got it right on the money, that he said it was the header. So the header is the issue, and that is why we had such big mounds coming out of the combine. So it's interesting how the header could affect that. And so we got ourselves a demo header here. So we have our Olemac Drago GT 12-row folding header. Actually folds up, so we don't need a trailer, a header trailer. So the cool thing about this is that this design on this Olemac header is has a chopping function. So what they say is it's a double chopping system. It's a patented system by Olemac. Each row is equipped with 4 choppers here. And it kind of staggers the height and overlap. There are the stalks after it cuts them, and then so it leaves a nice field for plowing and stuff like that, so you don't plug up your your chisel plows or anything like that. So yeah, it's a pretty cool system, and actually, like, that's how this header actually works in real life. So it actually mulches the field as well. So it leaves that nice, and you get a mulched look there. And you can actually see down below how it's like the chopping animation there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I've never used this header before, so it's a pretty sweet little head here. So I'm excited to give this a try, and maybe we'll actually end up purchasing this head moving forward, because it's a pretty cool system, and it's cool that it gets the mulching function done for us as well. So you can kind of see the difference of the ground here compared to the Geringhoff head, leaving corn stalks on the side where we did the Geringhoff, or where we used the Geringhoff, and then the Olemac. So yeah, pretty slick. I like it. We have the, it's off a little bit there on the GPS, but we have the baler and the rake going in the field next to us here. They're getting the grass bales baled up and whatnot, so we can get those off the field today, hopefully. We also need to get these stalks baled up as well, so we can sell those. I don't think that we're going to use it for bedding. I think we're just going to sell them because we do need the money, and we have plenty of straw for bedding. So I say that I'm going to use the straw or the corn stalks for bedding if we did, but that's the only way that you can do that is through the mod that Bronkema released on his itch page. So, and I think I mentioned that before. So, because this map is not set up to allow corn stalks and soybeans as bedding, so the only way you can do that is with that mod. At least from what I know right now, I think that's the only way. So, yeah, we're working our way through this field. and then cutting it up into the 3 sections like I'd mentioned in the last video. So we'll get this section done, and then we'll move on to the last section over there. So yeah, I'm happy we got that figured out, because we were leaving a lot of money on the field. These soybean and corn stalk bales, they pay out pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we actually can get from those. Just about coming up here. 2 more passes left, if I were to guess. So if you guys do want to know where to get this mod, this is just a mod that's on the in-game mod hub, I do believe. I honestly didn't even see that I had it, like, remember that I had it in my mods folder, but as I was looking through the corn heads and figure out what one I wanted to use, this showed up at the end of my selection, and I was like, oh, that's a cool mod. It's got the yellow on it, match your combine, all that. And then interesting thing that I just found out is that if you, we'll just do it for an experiment, if you leave this down, it actually takes out the windrow there, because it's actually acting as a mulcher as well. It's a double function, so I think that's kind of why it takes it away, because the game is reading it that it's mulching it. So kind of be careful there when you're using it, so you don't, make sure you're lifting up your head is what I'm trying to say if you're going to use it. So and then also I do want to give the shout out to the Fisher J. He's the one that actually commented that it's the header that was causing the issues. So appreciate your comments, sir, and your feedback, because I'm not sure that I ever would have thought that the header was what was causing the issues. So jump in cab for a second. See how the head's working in cab. Still working pretty good. Oh, I'm not working good though. I'm missing pieces. Oh, jeez. Go dump, and then we'll start on the 3rd section. So progress is, I know some of you have been asking a little bit about these combines. Progress is still slow. Sorry, apologies. Just don't have enough time in the day. Feels like some of you know my real job is that I am a chef in real life, so I have my own business. I do like in-home catering type things, and pretty much call it glorified meal prep essentially. So it's kind of what I do, but that's starting to pick up now because it is relatively new business, and word's kind of getting out, and yeah, so that's picking up a little bit, on top of being a dad is always an extra thing, and because on the days that I do not work, I watch my daughter during the day. So it's kind of the situation we're in right now. So I'm not always just home and able to play and record and work on combines and any other projects that we have. So it's oh, we're slipping a little bit here, but anywho, they'll come. I think I might just, I'm leaning towards just doing the bare minimum to them and just releasing them to you guys as they are, type of thing. Just fixing the things that really need to be done, like the wear speed, the speed at which it wears and gets dirty, and maybe add a new spec map so it doesn't, so the dirt doesn't look so bad and stuff like that before, and then I can just release them and update them as I have time, type of thing. So, I mean, I'm not just holding them from you guys purposely, and just, like I said, just don't really have the time. And then when I actually do have some time, it's one thing that I've kind of been working on in the background. Is a few things I've been working on in the background. One is a possible new series on Edgewater. It's one I'm not sure about. I think if I can do it right, I mean, it's a unique idea. I truly have not seen anybody else that's done anything like it. So, pretty unique idea, but it would be a lot of work. And then on top of that, it would just be a whole nother series. So that would mean that we have a new series, that new series, this series, Richlands, and Ashton. So that would be 4 series going at once. And I don't know. I feel like 4 is maybe too many. I guess maybe let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. This new series is going to be like a full-on roleplay series, so. But it would be a lot. And it would probably only be 1 episode a week, because it would be so much work. But then if you have 4 series going at a time, that's a lot of different videos, which means you're not progressing very fast, which means you're kind of stuck with those series for a while if you actually like want to kind of get to a point where they're at a point of completion type of thing. So lots to think about there when you're making videos and stuff. And I mean, after a while, just like you guys, I mean, you play on a map for a long enough, and then you kind of start getting bored of it, and you kind of feel like it's kind of painful to play sometimes. You're just like forcing yourself, and it's not enjoyable. And then when that happens as a content creator, it feels like your content's lacking and things like that. So that's kind of what happened on Midwest Horizon for me. Speaking of Midwest Horizon, I'm not sure that is actually going to end up coming back, because it's still one of those things where I wanted to really kind of overhaul the map, and I did start working on that. I've completely overhauled the roads, so there's a whole brand new texture on all of the roads, because I felt like the Midwest Horizon roads texture was just like outdated and doesn't look good. So brand new updated roads textures, added a new road to kind of mimic what it actually looks like in real life. Which is, there's an actual road that runs where, like, almost right next to where the farm is that I built on Midwest Dairy. So there's an actual, like, real road there, paved road and everything, right in that area. So I added that in there, and then I started working on overhauling some of the farms. But when you don't actually have the motivation to do that, and it's, again, just one of those things where you feel like you have to, it's not very fun. And I don't tend to really get a lot done when that happens. So how do I want to go about this? This part is just so awkward. Let's just cut it straight down the middle, I think that might be the best. Set a GPS course. I have my GPS buttons mapped to my side panel. I just hit them, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's another thing. And then there's another thing where I started making a brand new map. It's a standard size map, and I think it would be very cool if I can get it done, and I know it would be very popular as well. And it would be interesting to add the some of the functionalities that Hoff-Bergman has, where there's a lot of like hand, like tool work type of thing, you know what I mean? Like wheelbarrows and taking your milk from your cows and pasteurize, or I don't know, is it called pasteurizing it because you have to do something to it before you feed your calves, right, with the milk type of thing. So that would be kind of cool, because it is a dairy farming map, but small equipment, dairy farming type of thing. So, but yeah, like last night I literally just finished getting the DEM in there and the fields painted in GIMP. So that's a long way off, and who knows if it'll ever be completed. But not sure that it was a good idea to even mention it, because now that might backfire on me, but whatever. I like to be transparent, so. Just a one-man job here today. Didn't have too much of the field left, so I figured we can do her all by hand. Get her done, so. I think now that I'm done spilling all the beans and blabbering about everything, let's throw this into a short little time lapse quick and get this job finished. So that job is done now, and we just getting folded up here, and we'll head back to the farm with the combine, and then we'll take the truck back and we'll dump that, and then we'll follow that up with the grain cart, and we'll dump what's left in the grain cart into the truck, and then we'll open the truck again and we'll dump it into the pit. So that's kind of the plan here, and we'll get that job done quick, and then I will see you guys once we are working on getting some bales baled. And then we can probably move on to getting those corn stalks baled up too, because we probably need to get that done today, in this day, or at the latest, the first week of November, because we need to get in that field and get a chisel plowed. So it has time to let the ground breathe over winter, and we'll have better soil conditions for us come spring when we're planting. So got a few things that we really need to get done before winter, but I am hopeful that we will get them done. So running this on course play is not always the best, but it's better than me doing it. The actual act of baling isn't always my favorite, but handling the bales, loading the bales and all that stuff is one of my favorites. So it's a give and take, I guess. It looks like we have quite a few here. When we do bale the corn stalks, we'll just pick them up with the bale picker-upper device, loader thingy that we have that we run the Fent on, and we'll just kind of put them on the edge of the field, kind of like what we did with the soybean bales, so they're not in the way and we can get the chisel plow in, and then we'll just load them up manually onto the flat deck gooseneck trailer, and we'll haul them away that way. So just about gonna get this last pass. I don't think it's gonna be enough for one last bale, and I also don't know if I want to spend the time driving around trying to find little spots. We'll see how close we are. And there's plenty of spots around in the field that we could probably get one more bale off of it. I think it might be worth it. Definitely worth it. 97%, we can pick that up easy. 98. 99. Big piece right here. Perfect. And that's it. That is it for the grass field. Let's go give a quick test on that big ol' swath of cornstalk bales before we call it an episode. Oh, I gotta get the other head back. Yeah, I think we're gonna return that head, which is nice because that's a leased head because it's so expensive. So we'll have that money not coming out of our pockets anymore, which will be great. And that Olemac head is actually like half the cost of what it was. Holy cripes. I mean, at least there's a lot of straw there. A lot of stalks there. It's just, yeah, it's weird. It is weird. I guess if you kind of wanted to cheat the system a little bit, you can get plenty of bales off this, because I highly doubt that we're getting this much straw from the other swaths. But hey, it's here. So this is a cornstalk bale. I think it's the first time that I've actually seen these in the game, or at least on this map. We have them on Ashton, and it does seem like on Ashton the cornstalk bales like just fixed themselves. The texture, I don't know. That was weird because they were just white, but last time I was on the map, it was fixed. So interesting. Well, we're certainly raking in the cash right here by doing this. So this whole pile's probably one whole bale. Just about. Go back over it and get the rest. Maybe. Okay, well, that's not going as planned. Take a turn here and get the last bit of it. Oh, hitting that bale. Yeah, we swiped it with the back tire. No harm. No harm done. Oh, that might have done some harm to our truck, though. Big old bale coming rolling into the side of it. Might have put a dent in her. I think it's just a work truck. But, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video.